Hey everyone, Chris G here, and this is the Pulsetto. Now, what is the Pulsetto? Well, it's basically a TENS unit for your vagus nerves. So it goes without saying that a lot of people these days are stressed. And with stress comes anxiety, depression, pain, sleep issues, etc., and so forth. And what the Pulsetto's goal is to do is to fix all of them, supposedly. Anyway, what we want to do today is talk about the Pulsetto, see if it's worth it, or if they're just full of crap, and if you should buy one yourself. Now, in another episode of Let's Complain About This Product, let's go ahead and complain about this product. First and foremost, does it work? That's the million-dollar question. And the answer is maybe, kind of, sort of. But it's a pretty high price for it to be a big maybe. And it's one of those things where I'm not even sure if mileage will vary. So just because you're a certain type of person with a certain kind of whatever doesn't necessarily mean it's going to work necessarily any better for you. I think a lot of it is circumstantial, depending on the mindset you're in. And obviously that can vary for anybody day to day. Because it's a vagus nerve stimulator, I also don't think that it has anything to do with like using it for a specific amount of time. So for example, the people at Pulsetto say that, well, if you use it for like about 30 days, then it should really start kicking in with its efficacy. Well, that's not really how vagus nerve stimulation works. And on top of that, a lot of people, of course, want instant gratification. But if you're going to wait 30 days, there are frankly probably better options to do so, which we will get into a little bit later on in the video. Anyway, let's talk about some things that I like about the Pulsetto. Now let's talk about all the things I don't like. First off, it's a very, very high price tag. If you get lucky, you can maybe nab one of these things for like anywhere between $250 to $300. After you purchase one, you will get bombarded by their email marketing team for buying one at an even lower price, buying a second or even a third one, the family package, etc. and so forth. They are basically unrelenting with the amount of garbage that they send you. Anyway, once you get your Pulsetto in the mail, you are greeted with, of course, a very, very cheap plastic device that probably will break. Mine I used for something like, I don't know, a week before, I don't know if this is showing up on camera, before the button broke on it. Now, to be fair, the button does still work, even though like it's like jammed in there. By the way, I did not press hard enough. I want to be very specific. That was not like ape hands that ruined the button. No, it just ended up sort of like jamming in and, I don't know, again, bad build quality. Point is though, the build quality on it really isn't all that great, and I expect a lot more for the price that you are paying. If it does break, the guys over at Pulsetto are basically unwilling to replace and or repair it. Their warranty is a joke along with their customer service. I wanted to return the Pulsetto because it didn't really work for me. So I sent the team at Pulsetto an email, and they told me that I needed to pay the shipping back to Lithuania in order to get my refund, of which there would probably be a restocking fee. Well, when you post all over your website that it has a 30-day risk-free guarantee and we swear it's going to work and your money back kind of thing, usually that doesn't mean that you're on the hook for a $75 charge sending it back to Eastern Europe along with a 15% restocking fee. I do get a little bit bitter about that kind of thing. If you're going to offer a risk-free trial, then make it a risk-free trial. And I think even if you were to tell people that you're on the hook for like maybe a $9 USPS priority label or something like that, that's one thing. But basically you're talking about a third of the cost of the device to send it back to an international company that didn't really disclose that upon purchase in the first place. It seems a little bit deceptive. Another super annoying thing is how bright the LED is on the Pulsetto. This is something that's designed to help you relax, meaning that a lot of people might want to use this thing in like, let's say, a dark room. But that light is so blinding that it is going to only serve to distract you and potentially make you more angry. Then another issue I have is the Signagel. The Pulsetto will not work without some kind of conductive gel, and this is the one that it comes with, and it is particularly liquidy and sticky, and it will also crust both on your neck as well as on the device itself, so you have to clean the device every so often. But the point is that it's kind of annoying to have to apply this on your neck. It gets your hands kind of nasty, and you have to apply this on your neck every single time you want to use the Pulsetto. It's not exactly a run and gun device. So there, we're stuck with cheap build quality, a shoddy application, bad customer service, and a high price tag. So what does it have going for it? Well, they claim that it, of course, can heal things like your anxiety, depression, pain management, etc., and so forth. And while I didn't find those things particularly effective, there are some people out in the world that might. That said, there are better and free options for those that don't want to spend the anywhere between $250 to $500 for this thing, such as resonant breathing or meditation. I can see a lot more effective ways to spend $300 than the Pulsetto, even on things like anxiety and depression management. There are several free applications on the App Store for the iPhone and the Android, one of which I believe is called Breathly. There's a few others, Resonant Breathing or Resonant HRV, that are supposed to do things like help you with your breathing exercises to raise your heart rate variability and help things like anxiety and depression. Then there are, of course, applications like Calm, Waking Up, Headspace, a number of other meditation apps out there. And you can get one of those, which will probably do just as an effective job. And yes, some of those do come with a price tag, but some of those will be just as effective as a Pulsetto, won't require a shoddy device that might probably break after a very short period of time. And ultimately, you might find better for your mindset, less cumbersome. I mean, this thing is, you can't walk around with this thing in public. It's kind of annoying, and it does require like a gel every single time you want to use it. So that means you're gonna have to buy gel for this thing too. I just don't think this thing is a very sustainable thing. It's not good enough for what it is, and it has too many caveats. Ultimately, what it feels like is just another product that's trying to prey on people's emotions rather than help them. And one other thing that makes me think they're more interested in your money than they are your emotions is the fact that they have now hired on Blueprint founder Brian Johnson, who's basically a billionaire celebrity trying to reverse his age. And while I like Brian Johnson and what he stands for, Pulsetto is leaning very heavily into this celebrity endorsement, assuming that just because he's doing it, they think that everybody's going to do it and benefit from it. I'd really love to know what Brian Johnson's actual thoughts and feelings are on the Pulsetto, and if it simply is just an endorsement or a sponsorship, or if he truly gains benefit from using it. A footnote is that Brian Johnson used to use another vagus nerve stimulation device, and he stopped using it in favor of doing resonant breathing. So it's possible that he's done the same thing with Pulsetto. Anyway, should you buy the Pulsetto? I don't think you should. I think you're better off learning heart rate variability breathing techniques, meditation, this kind of thing. And I think you might find similar, if not better, results with those. Anyway, but if you have any questions on the Pulsetto or you want to buy one yourself, certainly reach out to us and let us know. We are happy to answer any questions on it. Anyway, hope this video was helpful. Please like and subscribe, and we will be back with another video really soon.